ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पतः नः शृण्वन्नोतिभिश्रीदशादनम् ॐ श्रीमहागणाधिपतये नमः। ॐ वृषभं च शनीनां विश्वरूपमदाभ्यं बृहस्पतिं वरेण्यम् ॐ तद्विष्णोः परमं पदं सदा पश्यन्ति सूरयः दिवीव चक्षुराततम्। ॐ श्रीविष्णवे नमः। ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं ज्योतिर्ब्राह्माय नमः। ॐ हरे रामकृष्ण हरे रामकृष्ण हरे रामकृष्ण। Can everybody say Om Parasharaya Namaha 3 times? Om Parasharaya Namaha. Om Parasharaya Namaha. Om Parasharaya Namaha. Om Hrisurya Aditya. Om 3 times. Om Hrisurya Aditya. Om Hrisurya Aditya. Om Hrisurya Aditya. Om. Okay. Before I take your examples, I just want to say a few words. So, the thing with Surya Siddhanta is, like we saw many examples, the key is picking the right dasha. When you pick the right dasha, using very simple basics, things are making good sense. And when you don't pick the right dasha, things don't make that good sense. So, picking the right dasha is the key. And one thing I found is, the conditions that we are applying for the applicability of various dashas, like Lagna in Vargottama or 10th Lord in the 10th house from Lagna, all these conditions we are applying from Lagna. But the thing is, there are really 3 Lagnas in a chart: Surya Lagna, Chandra Lagna and Lagna. Especially Lagna and Chandra Lagna are important. When we are talking about the Nakshatra Dasha, you are taking Chandra's Nakshatra. So Chandra Lagna is also an important difference in the chart. So the conditions given by Parashara, even though he says Lagna, does it also apply from Chandra, because Chandra can be taken as Lagna, Chandra Lagna? It is not really absolutely clear. But the thing is, based on some examples, my feeling is that, and one more thing, it is not that when the condition applies from Lagna, you take the Dasha from Lagna. When the condition applies from Chandra Lagna, you take the Dasha from Chandra Lagna. I am not suggesting that. Take the Dasha from Chandra Lagna, forget about Lagna. You don't take the nakshatra of Lagna, just take the nakshatra of Chandra and take the dasha, whichever dasha it is, any of the nakshatra dashas. But for the applicability condition, either use Lagna, normally we are using Lagna, but also consider Chandra Lagna when that is stronger. When the condition, when a particular condition that is rare to happen, happens very strongly from Chandra Lagna, let us say, and not really from Lagna. You have to go to a regular staple dasha with Lagna, but with Chandra Lagna a particularly special dasha is applying, then maybe that dasha is more applicable. So, for example, I'll give you one example. Let me take my chart and now I forgot the time I rectified. The time I give in my chart is 17:47:13, 5:47:13. But the thing is, when you use Jehora 7.52 beta 2 or beta or later, the thing is, I wrote this in the mail, but it may or may not be clear. I'll explain this a little bit. The thing is, the time, the linear time that we take based on the oscillation of a quartz, the time is converted to what we call as sundial time or ephemeris time. This is done in ephemeris also, not just in Surya Siddhanta. When you use something like switch ephemeris, it converts the time to a thing called apparent time or sundial time. It's basically based on the motion of sun. It's a non-linear time. It's not based on a linear quartz movement. So that time is what is used for finding the planetary positions. That is the, and same in Surya Siddhanta. In Surya Siddhanta also we are using that time. But what we were doing until now in Jehora was, This is what Vinay Jha was doing in his Kundli software. Basically, he was approximately finding there is something called equation of time. Given a time, a linear time, you basically find the correction in it will be a few seconds or maybe a minute or two. So that is the time you have to add or subtract to the apparent to the clock time to get the ephemeris time, to get the apparent time, or to get the sundial time. So that equation of time is basically a sinusoidal equation in terms of Druk Siddhanta. So what people do is they use approximations. And in software like Swiss they have like up to 6th order. They have a Taylor series expansion up to 6th order. So up to 6 degree, like t power 6, it's a time power 6. So it basically is reasonable, it's pretty accurate up to a lot of decimal points. But what Vinayji did was he used an approximate kind of linear or quadratic formula, but he used based on the Druk Siddhanta, whatever people normally use, whatever Lahiri gave in Lahiri's book. He used that formula. And then I was discussing about is that really the right thing to do, or should we use Suya Siddhanta? And then he basically, I casually asked. But the thing is, once I asked, he made up his mind, yes, we should use Suya Siddhanta. Bottom line is, this is not really, what we are talking about is a small delta in the time, and we are deriving the ephemeris based on the time. We anyway rectify the birth time. So the thing is, if you are using a delta, your delta is off by, let's say, a minute, your rectified time will be off by a minute. This is basically a simple delta in the time. So if you add that time, all lagna, moon, sun, everything will change accordingly for the new time basically. It's not like sun changes a little bit, moon changes a different amount. It's not like that. It's basically a change in the time. So it doesn't really matter. But the thing is, when you're looking at things like sun entering a new sign or moon entering a new nakshatra, that kind of mundane charts, this may matter. So the thing is, this is what doing. So he said, this is what we will do. This basically is logical. We are using Druk Siddhantic sun to find the sundial, where the sundial position will be, and we are using that to index into the ephemeris, to find the ephemeris time. So we basically, both of us agreed to switch. Now the thing is, this is a disruptive change. What it means is, my rectified time earlier was 1747:13, and the lagna was something like 14 degrees, some 8 minutes or 15 minutes or something in Virgo. Now the thing is, with this new software, it will show at 13 degrees 58 minutes in Virgo. So I forgot the time I rectified. I basically compared and I found basically a new time where lagna, sun, moon, everything is basically identical. So
was it not 748, 708? 08? 1747, 08?
Yeah.
I think 1747,
13 is what is in the distributed software, 1747:13 in the other of this software. But anyway, I'll take it as 1748:20 now. It was 1748:15 or something. I forgot the exact time, but I think for our purposes this is enough. Let's take 1748:15. If you change the time basically to this new time, all the calculations will match what you were getting earlier before this disruptive change. It will basically match. This is just a change in delta in the time. But the thing is, soon I'll be releasing 7.52. What I'm doing is now I'm working on changing some daylight saving time information. The thing is, what I did earlier was, the daylight saving time was formally, officially adopted, I think 1986 or so. Reagan made a national law. But before that, several states had their own laws. New York had their own law, Chicago had their own law, Los Angeles had their own law. Everybody has their own law for daylight saving time. So all those things are not programmed in Jafara. Only when there is a national law that came into place. Similarly, at the time of war, there was a national law. So I programmed those. I programmed 1986 from 1986 onwards. If you take something like 1965 or 1970, daylight saving time won't be applied properly because there was no law. It was basically like states do whatever they want to do. Sometimes even towns do whatever they feel like. So I didn't program it. But now I got access to a database which gives all that information. So I'm trying to program all that info so that the daylight saving time is more accurate. So that's what I'm working on now. Once I do, I'll release the 7.52. But you should download the 7.52 beta, which is in the /jh/test directory. So do download it before you rectify any charts, because once you rectify with the old software, to make the rectification hold with the new software, you will have to add some time. This is just a change in the time, because of the change in the definition of time now, definition of sundial time. Anyway, so if you take this example, if you open my chart, April 4, 1970, 17:48, 15, 5:30 hours east of GMT time zone. Place is Majipatnam, India, 81 degrees 8 minutes east, 16 degrees 10 minutes north. So if you take this, if you take Chaturthamsa, let us find the New Year chart for 1994, the Tajaka chart for 1994. Go to the Tajaka, find the solar return chart, Varshafal chart or Tajaka chart for 1994, April 4. So the chart will be cast for 1994, April 4, 10:50, 46 p.m. So, if you see this chart, right, go to Chaturthamsa. The major event of the year was on November 9/10, 9th and 10th border. I left India. I went to Korea after being in India for a year. So, if you see which dasha is applicable, beta is enough. You don't need beta 2 really. Beta is enough. As long as you are using SSS, if you set the time to, if you don't change the time, use 17:47:13, whatever time software comes with, you will get the same calculation.
Default is SSS, right?
Yeah. Default is actually not SSS.
Not?
Yeah. Okay. So, let us see. What is the dasha applicable in D4? What is the dasha applicable in D4? Actually, before we do that, does it make sense that the person would go abroad this year? If you look at D4, the person went abroad this year. He left his country. Does it make sense? Lagna is Leo, right? In D4, Lagna is in Leo. So, the factors are 7th house, 9th house and 12th house. So, 12th Lord Moon is in the 9th house. So, that is conducive. Now, the 9th Lord Mars, he is in a watery sign. Watery signs are conducive to going abroad. The 9th Lord Mars is in a watery sign and he is with Rahu. What is special about Rahu? He is the 7th Lord and also Karaka. So Mars is with Karaka, with the 7th Lord. He is aspecting the other 7th Lord, Saturn. Right? And he is also the dispositor of 12th Lord. He is the dispositor of 12th Lord, he is the 9th Lord, he is also Badhaka Lord. And he is very strong. Moreover, he is Yokaraka. He is a benefic. If you look at Jupiter, he is slightly benefic. And so, because of association with Jupiter, Moon is also slightly benefic. But Mars is highly benefic and he is Yokaraka. Of course, Rahu is also Yokaraka because of being with Mars. So, Mars and Rahu are Yokarakas. So, Mars being a very strong planet in this chart, Yokaraka, and having a link with both 7th house, 9th house, 12th house and also Badhaka house. He has a link with all the 4 and Karaka. He has a link with all, he is connecting all the factors. He is Yokaraka. So you would expect Mars Dasha to give the event, right? If not, maybe at most Moon Dasha, because he is the 12th Lord in 9th house. But the thing is, he is not as benefic as Mars. Basically, leaving country to earn more money is basically to go to a different place to earn more money is a very fortunate event. So it should be a highly benefic planet. But Moon is also fine. So Mars is our first priority. Moon we can explain. Other planets we can explain. We can say Rahu, yeah, he is Karaka, he is with 9th Lord. Saturn, yeah, he is 7th Lord, he is aspecting 9th Lord. Right? We can explain several planets. Ketu, he is the dispositor of Rahu and 9th Lord Mars. Jupiter, he is with 12th Lord and he is a benefic. He is the 5th Lord, he is aspecting Lagna. So like that we can explain several planets. But the bottom line is, the real strong candidates are Mars and Moon. Now see the dashas. What are the dashas applicable? Lagna is at 6 degree Leo. So, what are the dashas applicable? First thing, Lagna is not in Vargotma. Lagna Lord is not in 7th, 7th Lord is not in Lagna, 10th Lord is not in 10th.
Should either be short Sotri or Sotri based on.
Wait. Lagna, if you take the Navamsha, 6 degree Leo will fall in, if you take the Navamsha
Of D4, sir.
of D4. it will be Taurus Navamsha.
You're looking at Tajika chart, right?
Tajika chart for 1994. In the Chaturthasha, do you see Leo Lagna? Moon and Jupiter in the 9th house, Saturn Ketu in the 10th house and so on. So, if you see that, if you get all divisional longitudes, if you show all divisional longitudes, you can see D4 Lagna. It is a 6 degree Leo. So, 6 degree Leo is basically the second Navamsha in Leo. The first Navamsha in Leo will be Aries, so second Navamsha will be Taurus. So, Lagna is in Venus Navamsha. So, Dvadashotri Dasha will apply. Right? So, if you see Dvadashotri Dasha of D4, Dvadashotri Dasha of D4, what is the Dasha that took the person abroad? Dvadashotri Dasha of D4, from Moon of course. Saturn Dasha was from September 30 till November 30, right? Right?
Okay, that's right. Okay.
So Saturn gave the event. Is it possible? Well, Saturn is actually a slightly malefic planet here. He is the 6th lord and 7th lord. 7th is not that malefic, but 6th is malefic. So overall, Saturn is a slightly malefic planet for this Lagna. And even though he is the 7th lord, he is not really such a great candidate. So Dvadashotri Dasha seems to apply, but it's not really making sense. You can explain saying Saturn is aspecting the 9th lord, he is the 7th lord, so the event came. Now, let's say it is possible that there is a little bit of error in the Lagna, error in the time, and it's not exactly 6 degree 13 minutes in Leo that we got. It crosses 6 degree 40 minutes, so it's not Taurus Navamsha. So maybe Dvadashotri Dasha doesn't apply. Then let's go to what next? Now, Lagna is in the first half of Leo, which is Sun Hora. It's a male sign, so first half will be Sun Hora. So Lagna is in Sun Hora, and this is Krishna Paksha. Sun Hora, Krishna Paksha will be Vimshotri with the starting from Kritika. So go to Vimshotri Dasha of D4. Vimshotri Dasha of D4. No, sorry, not Kritika, Ardra. So, which Dasha gave the event? Now actually, let's say all this research doesn't apply, Lomasa's research doesn't apply, you just take the regular Vimshotri. Then it was Jupiter Dasha that gave the event. Again, Jupiter is 5th lord and 8th lord. Though he is in the 9th house, he is slight benefic in the 9th house with the 12th lord. He is not a great candidate to take the person abroad. Right? We can explain saying he is a benefic, he is with the 12th lord, he is in the 9th house, he is aspecting Lagna and all that. But the thing is, quite honestly, being the 5th lord, he is more likely to take the person back to his native country. So that doesn't make sense. Now start from Ardra, like Lomasa taught, because this is Sanhora in Krishna Paksha. Start the Vimshotri Dasha from Ardra. So if you do that, the Dasha that gave the event was? No. Venus, I get.
November, right?
November 10.
Venus.
September 24 was the start of Venus Dasha, November 23 was the end. So it was Venus Dasha. Is Venus a candidate for taking the person abroad? Well, you can say Venus is in the 12th house.
Right.
He is the dispositor of the 7th lord and he is in the 12th house. So he can give the event. But the thing is, he is a rank malefic. Being the 10th lord and the 3rd lord, he is a rank malefic for this Lagna. So a malefic in the 12th house, and he is not really a strong candidate. He doesn't have any link with the 9th house, he doesn't have a link with a lot of other factors. He is simply in the 12th house. So, and the person for going abroad, he was very excited. He looked at it as a very lucky event. So, this doesn't make sense. So the thing is, pardon me?
I'm not getting, Venus is in what period you got? I'm not getting the same period.
No, I think you have shifted to 3 stars.
That is shifted 3 stars.
By 4.
And you are also...
Teka, yeah.
Chosen Chaturdamsha and Ardra
Yeah.
Lakshana. Ardra Nakshatra.
Ardra, yeah, the definition is different. I started, you don't have beta, right?
No, I don't have it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then what you should do is select Kritika. Kritika, no, Ardra. Actually, what is the definition say? I forgot.
Punarvasu, I think.
No, read the sentence above it.
For example, if we selected Ardra in Vimshotri Dasha, Ardra gives Sun Dasha of 6 years.
Yeah, so we start from, so select Ardra.
I think if I select the Punarvasu, it's coming out to be say exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, but that doesn't make sense. You have Janmatara, right?
Ardra, it came.
Yeah, Janmatara, you selected Janmatara, right?
Yeah,
You are in the Tajika chart, right?
correct.
And D4 you selected.
Correct.
His Vimshotri, I mean,
He's getting something called as Mudda / Vimshottari Dasa.
Yeah.
And we don't have that here. I don't know if that is the discrepancy of the software that you installed, or maybe you'd have to install.
That may be a name change only.
Oh,
Options, Tadika options. Go to, get the pop-up menu in the Dasha window.
Pop-up menu in the Dasha window.
Yeah.
Right click.
If you have the beta, if you just select my preferred, actually try, did you try author's preferred settings? Just try, I may have coded it, I don't know. Preferences,
We both have the same version here. I'm getting it.
you're getting Venus Dasha, you're getting it
That's
yeah.
what we talked about.
Yeah, this is an option thing. The Dasha seed is changing. He's not taking the Dasha seed in the Tadika chart. First thing I suggest is try preferences related to calculations.
By author.
Set calculation options recommended by author.
Okay. Then Vimshottari using D4. Now go to Arthra.
Yeah. See if it made a difference. Otherwise,
Yeah, it made a difference. Venus is 94 September 24th.
September 24 to November 23.
Correct.
The difference here is, there is a setting called preferences related to Dasha seed settings for Tadika. What the Mutta Dasha, the so-called Mutta Dasha is, you start the Dasha not from the nakshatra occupied by moon in this chart, but in the natal chart only. You use the natal moon, the nakshatra always, but you change it by one nakshatra every year. The first year of life, first nakshatra. Suppose I was born in Purabhadra. Jupiter Dasha will be the first Dasha. Second year of my life, Saturn will be the first Dasha. It will basically rotate like that. Every 27 years, it will go back to the same. So that is the Mutta Dasha. So that was the default earlier, the old default. So the old defaults I did not change. I only changed my settings basically. If you select my preferred settings, whatever I recommend will come. Because I didn't want to rock the apple cart. So whatever people are used to, they can continue to use it. So anyway, so Venus Dasha. So again, it doesn't make sense, right? So we tried Vimshottari Dasha, we tried Vimshottari normal as well as Vimshottari special. None of them seem to make sense. So, but the thing is, and if you use Shortshottari Dasha just for the heck of it, just say something is wrong, Shortshottari Dasha applies. Still, even as per Shortshottari Dasha, it is Sun Dasha. Sun is the Lagna Lord in the second house. He's not really a candidate for taking abroad as well, right? Now the thing is, like this is just a sample example. Like this, I have found several examples where I could not really explain well, but when I applied the conditions from moon instead of Lagna, then things made sense. So instead of falling back to Vimshottari, look at moon. See, moon is with Jupiter. There is Gajikeshwara Yoga. Moon is in a friendly sign with Jupiter, so he is quite strong. So see if from moon any special conditions apply. So moon is where in D4 he is at 3 degree Aries 3 minutes. Right? So he is in the first Navamsha of Aries. He is at the very beginning of Aries. So he is in Vargottama. Moon is in Vargottama. So when moon is in Vargottama, if we say Shatabdika Dasha applies, even though Parasara's condition was Lagna in Vargottama, we say that Lagna includes moon Lagna also there. It is inclusive of normal Lagna as well as moon Lagna, Chandra Lagna. So use Shatabdika Dasha now, from moon only. So switch to Shatabdika Dasha from moon in D4. Shatabdika Dasha from moon in D4. The Dasha that gave the event was Mars Dasha. So Mars took the person abroad. Yeah. So the bottom line is, out of all the dashas that we have seen, Mars basically taking the person abroad makes the most sense. So like this, I have seen several examples. So what I suggest is, when you apply the conditions, see quickly from Lagna as well as from moon, and see if there is something special about moon. Similarly, for the Charadasha, I think I mentioned this earlier, I'll just mention it anyway again. For Charadasha, you can take the Dasha from Lagna or from Sun. Longsa specifically said, either Lagna or Sun. So even though software will do it from Sun, you may want to do it from, software will do it from Lagna, you may want to do it from Sun also. You can, when you select the Charadasha options, it will let you change the divisional chart and also change the starting sign. So you can change the starting sign to wherever Sun is, and then you will get the alternative Charadasha. So in some cases that may work better. Unfortunately, I don't have clear and tangible conditions when Sun is more applicable, when Lagna is more applicable. I don't know for sure. I'm still working on it. But the thing is, you may want to consider that. So the bottom line is this. If you want to make predictions in an area of life, if you already have a few events in that area of life, you can basically see which dasha is making sense. You can consider mature 3, short 3, and whatever seems to apply based on the conditions. You can narrow down to maybe a couple of dashas, and then you can go with your gut feeling based on which condition is really dominating, whether is Lagna stronger or Moon stronger, which condition is more powerfully holding. But the thing is, more pragmatic would be, see if it is working. The person got married, let us say, at so-and-so time, or got a promotion at so-and-so time, was laid off at so-and-so time. See if the particular dasha you are looking at makes good sense without fudging the facts. Is making good sense. If it is, then you can confidently use that. So that is basically the bottom line. So I want to see an example. Do you have any warranties, any examples you want to see?
Yeah, I wanted to check my...
No, actually, before that I have a question. Generally, we used to see from moon
Yeah.
where there is how the person is going to feeling about that particular event.
Yeah.
Not a physical.
Yeah. So you are saying Lagna will show the physical body, moon will show the mind, and sun will
We used
show
to
the soul.
see even before also.
Yeah.
From the moon.
Yeah. So all the references are important. Now the thing is, right. So nakshatra dashas are supposed to show. They basically they start from Moon's nakshatra. Moon's nakshatra is the mind basically. So they show what kind of situations mind will be placed in. So nakshatra dashas will throw light on that. So we are not changing that. We are still seeing the dasha from Moon's nakshatra. But the thing is, the conditions that Parashara gave, 10th Lord in the 10th, 7th Lord in Lagna, Lagna Lord in 7th, what is the significance of those? When that particular condition holds, why this particular pattern, like Visapta Samadasya, Chaturthi Samadasya, you are using a different pattern. You are finding from Moon's nakshatra, but you are progressing in a different way. So this particular way of progressing from Moon's nakshatra and saying first 7 years are this dasha, next 8 years are this dasha, why that condition will result in this particular calculation? We don't know. So the bottom line is, the condition, even though we are talking about mind, still a condition based on body may be relevant. But at the same time, what I am saying is, instead of taking the condition only from the body always, take it from body or mind. We don't know the exact logic behind the condition, but practically both seem to be playing a role. So see both of them and see which one makes stronger sense, which one fits better. So let us see some example now. Give me the data.
Yeah, August 31st. I
August?
think we should have it.
No, actually this is a loaner
Part one.
computer. August 31st,
1953.
1953.
The corrected time is 4:04
PM or AM?
AM.
Okay, 4 AM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
20 you said?
4/4/20.
Yeah.
Okay? Where?
Visakhapatnam.
Visakhapatnam. Visakhapatnam.
See, we corrected last time.
Yeah.
Using Sushidanta. Actual original time is 4:05. So,
4:05.
yeah.
Okay. So we corrected, this was corrected using Sushidanta or?
Yes.
Okay.
And Atlas is a messed up in the
Hmm?
I got the Atlas, something got messed up. When I select Visakhapatnam, it gives me Vijayawada. And I don't, in the drop down, there is no Visakhapatnam option.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can put that coordinates.
You don't have the Atlas then. You haven't installed the Atlas.
Maybe that didn't get installed. Maybe I just downloaded, didn't install it.
Yeah, you have to unzip and execute all three.
I know.
FM, Atlas and base. If you do base, basically you'll get a very small Atlas like all the towns that I know. I put a few towns that I care about.
Yeah.
Even Secunderabad will be there.
No, Secunderabad is not there.
Oh, okay, then I don't care about Secunderabad. Just a few sample cities will be there. So that's useless. Install the Atlas later. Anyway, I can tell you the coordinates. August 31, 1953, 4:20 AM, 5 hours 30 minutes east of GMT, that is IST. Visakhapatnam, India, that is 83 degrees 18 minutes east, 17 degrees 42 minutes north.
Yeah, I just lost a job in
Yeah,
April 12th,
yeah.
and I just wanted to see whether
1 second, let me save it. April 12 this year. 2011, April 12, last job. Okay. So this was rectified previously.
Area of specialization, which job?
Electronics, hardware or something.
Oh, it's the testing,
Uh-huh.
system test.
System testing. Okay, so let us see.
And the two things I wanted to see was the potential possibility of when a job employed
Yeah.
again or any business possibilities.
Okay.
Sachin.
Okay.
Classroom solution.
What is the Lagna longitude you get with 4420?
I got
29,
20
34,
cancer.
59.
20?
9, 34.
No, 20.
20 degrees Cancer?
Yeah, 20 degree cancer, sir.
Yeah, 20
No, I know about you. You have the beta. I want
Yeah,
you.
20, 29,
Because we rectified
34,
without the beta. Huh?
20, 29, 34, 56.
20, 29, okay. We are reasonably close then. So,
Okay.
bottom line is, the time may need a rectification of 5 seconds or 10 seconds or even up to minute to get the same Lagna, moon, sun that he has.
Okay.
So I'm getting 2034. You also will get 2034 with the new software where the sundial time definition has been changed to SSS, Sabduk Siddhanta. So effective time that we get and effective time he gets are different. But the thing is, because we rectified it using events, I want to match that Lagna, that sun, that moon, everything. And that I can do if I change the time a little bit. But the thing is, we are talking about a difference of 5 minutes in Lagna, not even in moon. So that's basically very small, a couple of seconds or something. So we'll just, or we can change it, 1 second, let's change it to, let's say, 15 seconds. No, that is decided. 4-4 or 4-3-45 or something like that. Yeah, I'm taking 4-4 now.
20 seconds, please.
4-4, that gives me 20 Cancer 29, which is basically what he has for Lagna. And moon is 4 Taurus 21.
421.
Yeah, so we'll basically match his. So he takes 4-4-20, we take 4-4. It will be identical, approximately. To be more exact, we can do it up to second and get exactly the same Lagna, moon, sun, but it doesn't matter. So the time we are taking with if you have the latest software is 4-4 instead of 4-4-20. 4-4-20 is the older software. Now, with either basically the D10 Lagna is Virgo Lagna. So, okay, let us see. First of all, what is his career? Does it make sense with this chart? What is the
System
career?
integration and test, that's
Yeah.
what I was.
Does it make sense with this chart? The 10th house contains Venus, Jupiter and Ketu. Right?
Right.
So, and the 10th lord is Mercury. So 10th lord Mercury is in Scorpio. So Scorpio shows technical matters, say Mars and Ketu sign. So there is a strong influence of Ketu on both. 10th lord is in a Ketu sign and Ketu is in the 10th house. So there is a strong Mercury and Ketu influence. Mercury shows logic, analysis, etc. and Ketu shows machines, electronics, that kind of thing. And also Mars has an aspect.
What
Right.
shows in area of testing, integration and testing, what would show that kind of area?
Generally, what we have seen in the past is
So
Any
I
influence
think,
of
let
Saturn?
me clarify a little bit the
Yeah.
job. I've done,
Integration.
that's what the title is, but
Yeah.
I've done the data analysis and I
Yeah.
also design.
Mhm.
So my job is, that's what the title says.
Yeah.
The actual job I've been.
It's basically
current job is-
you do actually develop systems
Yeah.
for testing systems.
No, I test the systems.
Integration test.
Integration and test.
Integration. So system integration and system testing.
Yeah. Sometimes, I mean.
And you
also
do
I
develop
data
tools
analysis.
for testing basically. You do any development of tools for testing?
No, I develop the systems. So
That's what I said. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Still using
But not the test sets to do the,
I
don't design
understand.
the test sets.
Okay, but the
That's
thing
what
is,
it
you do develop things.
Right.
It's not
You do
just
develop.
somebody gives and you push buttons.
No.
And see, the thing is, if it is testing like in a factory, that kind of testing, right?
Right, that's
Then you're talking about somebody said Saturn, right? Saturn will show routine jobs, but the thing is, if this testing is actually require logical thinking and understanding of the whole
System
system,
integration.
system integration, how various components are working. This is basically you're talking about something very complex,
Something like end-to-end testing kind of something.
right?
Yeah,
So
that
this
is what
requires,
the job is current one, but I've done various roles
yeah,
in my thing. I designed the system design
yeah.
and ASIC design.
Yeah. Okay. So he did a lot of hardware testing, hardware verification, hardware design.
Then
So
K2 is there.
K2 makes sense. K2 aspected by Mars,
Okay.
so that makes sense. And also Mercury. So Mercury will also show some logical thinking, analysis, etc. Even though we say Mercury is software, right? People who do hardware, they're writing Verilog or VHDL or they are writing scripts. That is basically Mercury. Don't think that.
Is it not more of Rahu Ketu influence of that?
Rahu Ketu is basically thinking of big blocks, big systems, thinking of all these electronic blocks. But the thing is, thinking how they interact and thinking in some logical way, logical language, linguistic way, and putting the blocks together, that is Mercury. Logical analysis is Mercury.
We went through this the same thing in
Yeah.
look for in November.
Uh-huh.
Thought analysis. That's where we come up with this.
Uh-huh.
this case.
Okay. Yeah, so this basically makes sense. The only issue is what is the dasha that works here. So let us see which dashas apply theoretically. Lagna is at 25th degree Virgo. In T10, Lagna is in the 25th degree of Virgo. So that will be, the Navamsha in Virgo will start from Capricorn. So that is, you are talking about, I think, Leo Navamsha. So basically Lagna is not in Virgottama and Lagna is not in Venusian Amsha. 10th Lord is not in the 10th house. Lagna Lord is not in 7th. 7th Lord is not in Lagna. Sun is not in Lagna. So none of the special conditions apply. None of the special conditions apply. Now
It's an even sign.
Now the thing is, Moon is in Vargottama in D10. Moon, if you see, is at 13 degree 32 minutes Aquarius. So Moon is in Vargottama. From Lagna, none of the special dashas apply, but Moon is in Vargottama. So maybe Shadadvika dasha applies. Okay? From Moon. Got it? Now, if let's say Shadadvika dasha doesn't apply, you have to go only by Lagna. Then what is the dasha applicable?
Moon is in Vargottama, Navamsha of D10, that is, that's why.
Yeah.
D10 by D9.
D10 longitude,
I got it.
D10 by D9. Or you can, I just did manually, 13 degree 32 minutes Aquarius. I know that 1320 to 1640 of Aquarius is Vargottama. Middle one is
Always.
Shadabhisha, third pada. So that I know, so I did. So Moon is in Vargottama in the Dashamsha. So Shadabhisha applies. Otherwise, Lagna in D10 is in the second half of an even sign. So that will be Sun Hora. Sun Hora in Krishna Paksha will be Vimshyotri Dasha with,
Even sign.
yeah, even sign second half. So Sun Hora. Sun Hora in Krishna Paksha will be Vimshyotri Dasha from Ardra. So there are two options we have. First change it to Dashamsha, D10 Nakshatra Dasha, and we have two options. One is either Shatabdika Dasha, have the Shatabdika Dasha, or the other one is, now the thing is Moon strong or Lagna strong? It's very difficult to say. From Lagna, the 10th house has a very powerful combination, right? And Lagna Lord is in Scorpio. For Mercury, Scorpio is a very fruitful sign. Whereas Moon Lagna, Moon is in an inimical sign. Only thing is Moon Lagna Lord is in Vargottama. Saturn is in Vargottama. But the 10th house from Moon is not really that powerful. Neither Lagna nor 10th house is very powerful. So it's a tough call. Probably Shadadvika doesn't apply, but we'll see. The proof of the pudding is in actually trying it. So we'll try. Now first let's try Vimshyotri Dasha. From Vimshyotri Dasha of D10, shift of 3 stars from Ardra, because this is Krishna Paksha in Sun Hora. So what is the Dasha running right now? Saturn Dasha is running right now. Now, can you give us a couple of events, really good events and bad events, a couple of good and bad events in the career?
Because it's a very long Dasha actually too.
Yeah. Particularly good, particularly bad times. events, any events in career.
The bad time is when I lost the job, right?
When?
April.
Okay. I'm asking about some other events.
Some other events.
Don't remember off the top of the
Okay. Yeah, top of the head.
Okay, that's okay. So we'll see. 2011 April 12 he lost job.
I joined the job in after a long time. I was
Yeah.
out of the job for 3 years and joined in
Out of job, yeah, that's an important event. Out of job for 3 years when?
2002 October till
2002 October till?
2005 October.
Okay.
The new job I joined October 3rd of 2005.
Okay. So 2002 to 2005, October to October, 3 years. He was out of job. That's an important data. So let's see. 2002 to 2005. So let us take, what is the Dasha running then? Using Vimshoti Dasha from Ardra. It was the Dasha of Jupiter. The Antardasha was that of Mars. And then Mars is, see, Jupiter is a slightly malefic planet. He is the 4th and 7th lord. So according to standard dictums, he is a slightly malefic planet. But the thing is, he is the 7th lord with the 9th lord. So he has a weak Rajoga with the 9th lord. Now, so it's a mixed dasha. And within Jupiter Mahadasha, the Antardasha was that of Mars. It started on September 27, 2002. Basically around the time he lost job. And Mars is the 8th lord, aspecting 10th house with the 12th lord. So he can give setbacks in the career. And when he got the job again, it was Rahu Dasha, Rahu Antardasha. So Rahu is afflicted by Sun and Mars, so he is also mixed planet. He is also a malefic planet, but the thing is, he is the 6th lord of service. So when a favorable Antardasha comes, he can basically give a job.
But it's at the very fag end of the 2-year dasha, right?
Yeah. Right.
So most likely the next dasha gives.
Well, Rahu itself, the 6th lord gave, but the thing is, yeah, it was because of the next dasha was a good dasha basically. The next dasha. But the thing is, he lost job again. Let us see what is going on right now. So, in Saturn, Mercury, he lost job again. Right?
Yeah, 2011.
But the thing is, this is a long period. This is a 3-year period. So, this happened towards the end. So, this may not be the result of the Antardasha. Let's see the Pratyanta Dasha. Either Pratyanta Dasha or it could just be simply be, maybe our time rectification is not perfect. Maybe Ketu Antardasha has already started. Right? So, Ketu is the 3rd lord in the 10th house. Can he give a break?
Yeah.
He can give a break. So, that is more likely than this happening at the end of Mercury Antardasha.
What dasha are you saying?
See,
Vimshotari Dasha.
in Vimshotari Dasha from Ardra,
Oh, yeah. So, with the Jupiter.
in Jupiter Mahadasha,
Yeah.
Saturn Mahadasha running right now,
Okay, yeah.
I am looking at the current event. Mercury Antardasha was from 2008 November till 2011 July.
Yeah, okay.
So what I am saying is Mercury, the 10th lord, even though he is in the 3rd house, the 10th lord is unlikely to give a loss of job. So probably the Ketu Antardasha has already started in April when the event happened. Even though we say this is in July, maybe there is a little bit of error. Maybe it's already started. And sometimes even without the dasha officially starting, the events may start happening.
Yeah, the last time when we analyzed this one, they said that it will be start from August. That's what we concluded, that August is the one. August to
Yeah.
February of the next year will be critical time.
Yeah. So the thing is, whatever we said then was based on the rectified time.
Right.
So the rectified time, we may have rectified based on the event, but maybe there is a window. It's not a point, basically, it's a window. So maybe instead of July, I get July 29 now.
Right.
Sorry, July 3. 2011 July 3 as the date with the time that I have entered. Maybe it's off a little bit. So anyway, one sec. Yeah, it can. That is a possibility. Now let us switch to the other dasha, Shatabdika dasha. We said that moon is in Vargotma, so Shatabdika dasha may be applicable, right? Let us see how things are adding up with the Shatabdika dasha.
Saturn once again.
Saturn dasha he has been running for a long time. Is Saturn a benefic or malefic?
But in this case now, do we take from Ardra or do we see from Kritika?
No, just standard. The Kritika was, no, it's not Kritika. Oh yeah, you leave it as Kritika. It actually starts from Revati. Leave it as Kritika. Okay. So Shatabdika Dasha of division. Saturn Dasha was running from 97 to 2026. So it's a very long Dasha. How is the Saturn Dasha in general? He is the fifth lord and also sixth lord. He is a malefic lord. He owns one malefic sign, one benefic sign. So he is overall a neutral planet. But the good news is he is exalted. He is a neutral planet, but he is exalted. So he can. Moreover, the sixth house that he owns is basically the house of career. Taking the sixth house as Lagna, he is the Lagna lord exalted in the ninth house.
Right.
So overall, this Saturn Dasha is a good Dasha for work, as long as he is in service. If he goes to business, he may or may not be a great planet, but at least for service, this Saturn Dasha is basically a good Dasha. Now, the last layoff that happens towards the end of Saturn Antardasha. So if you see the Pratyanta Dasha, the Pratyanta Dasha of Jupiter gave the event. So Jupiter Pratyanta Dasha and also Mars Pratyanta Dasha. Right? Jupiter Pratyanta Dasha and Mars Pratyanta Dasha was the period when he was out of job. And Jupiter, he is the Badhaka Lord as well as he is the seventh Lord of loss of job.
Why with Jupiter, I see. Because Saturn is ending in 2005.
Right. So I am seeing the Pratyanta Dasha.
Okay.
It is a long 8
We are
year.
looking at the previous event, not the current event.
Not the current.
Previous event.
Okay.
Because we are looking at a new Dasha. So we need to see as many events as we can
Right.
to make sure that this is actually working. Otherwise, let's junk it and go back to Vimsha 3.
Okay.
So, Jupiter Antardasha, Pratyanta Dasha gave the event within Saturn Antardasha. So, is it possible that in Jupiter period there will be a Jupiter Pratyanta Dasha, there will be a loss of job? Well, possible because he is.
Third lord.
There are two things to Jupiter. He is giving a yoga with Venus, but they are far apart. So the yoga is not really strong. But there is a Raj Yoga. That is one aspect of Jupiter. The other is he is the seventh lord. From the sixth house of service, he is the second lord of Marka. So seventh house basically shows loss of interest in business, loss of service, etc. So it is possible. And then Mars Antardasha came in 2004 and it ran almost till November 2005. So almost till the end of Mars Pratyanta Dasha he was out of job. And Mars again is the 8th lord. He is a malefic aspecting the 10th house. So it is possible. Now he found a job when Sun Antardasha started. Can Sun give a job? Can Sun give a job? Well, he is the 12th lord in the 4th house. He is aspecting 10th house, but is he a malefic or benefic? You see the nature of 12th lord based on the company. His company is malefic. So he is also a malefic. So Sun is a malefic planet in a quadrant. If a malefic planet is in 3rd house or 6th house, that is good. But if he is in a quadrant, is that good?
No.
Not really, right? So is Sun a great planet here? Not really. So Sun Antardasha keeping him in job, giving him a job and keeping him in job doesn't really add up. Then look at the current period.
Not
Wait.
2005 October only.
Yeah. I know, but the thing is that the event is close to the border. So, and during the Sun period, he had a job. The previous period and 3 years he was out of job. But now, entire Sun period, he was in job. Those 1.5 years. And more importantly, look at the current period. Venus Antardasha is running. 2008 October to 2011 September. So, in Venus period, he lost job. Right? Can Venus really give loss of job? Absolutely not. See, there are some things that are on the border you could justify, but this absolutely illogical. Venus is the 9th lord, he is in the 10th house.
Right.
He is in a friendly sign. Not Admitra Rasi, but at least he is in a friendly sign. He definitely cannot give a loss of job. Period. Even from the 6th house of service, he is Yogarka in the 5th house. Even if you take Moon Lagna, Chandra Lagna, to see mental disposition, how mind feels in job, he is Yogarka in 5th house. See, this guy, this planet cannot give a loss of job. Venus period has to be Very nice. So forget it. Shatabrika Dasha is not working.
But do we need to put it in order of their degrees and see which dasha is? For example, maybe Jupiter, if there are three, we used to arrange the planets in order and see this particular dasha, this particular planet, like
You are talking about Narayana Dasha and Chardasha?
so that doesn't applicable.
No. We have clear Dasha and Antardasha here. In Narayana Dasha, the three-part rule, there we used
No,
to
not
see,
three-part rule. I mean, if multiple planets are involved, we used to arrange in an order of.
Yeah, that we used to do for Narayana Dasha and three-part rule, when different planets are aspecting or conjoining the Dasha.
Alright, okay.
Right. So here, this is Venus Antardasha. This is Saturn Dasha, Venus Antardasha. Saturn Dasha is basically a good Dasha for career. But you could justify some bad events in it because he is a malefic also. He is a neutral planet. So Saturn you can justify, but Venus you cannot justify. So forget it. We'll go back to Vimshottari.
Maybe our rectification of the time possibly wasn't right because it's not the original time.
Right, I understand. But we are happy with the Lagna, and if you change the time a little bit, Moon is not going to go out of Vargotama. Moon will stay in Vargotama for a long time. If you see, so the bottom line is, even though Moon is in Vargotama, he is not really happy. He is in a inimical sign. He is not really that powerful compared to Lagna. Moreover, with the 10th house from Lagna having so many planets, Lagna is actually dominating compared to Moon. So, Shatabrika doesn't apply. This is just to, normally we apply these conditions from Lagna. But when Moon is particularly powerful, like in the other case where Gajkesha Yoga, Moon was in a friendly sign with Gajkesha Yoga, such cases you consider Moon. So, that is more of an exception than the rule. So, bottom line is here it doesn't apply.
Also non-modified time.
4 o'clock.
So the sunset doesn't change. So
Yeah.
So we went through this
Yeah.
exercise last time.
Yeah, let us stick to, so let us go back to Vimshottari Dasha.
11/15/2010.
Okay.
Let us go to the Vimshottari Dasha from Ardra. Dashansa Vimshottari Dasha from Ardra. So let us basically make a prediction now. So
I didn't know why, how did the nakshatra was selecting, I missed that part. You said that we should go from Adra.
yeah.
Why is that?
Yeah,
I missed that.
the teaching of Lomasa Maharshi is that in the case of Vimshottari Dasha, if there are 4 possibilities. See whether Lagna is in Sun Hora or Moon Hora. Okay? The second is, see whether it is Krishna Paksha or Shukla Paksha. So the rule is, Chandra Hora, Shukla Paksha, Vimshottari Dasha, regular Vimshottari Dasha applies. Surya Hora, Krishna Paksha, Vimshottari Dasha, but with the starting from Adra will apply. Adra will give Sun Dasha, Punosu will give Moon Dasha, Pushmi will give Mas Dasha and so on. Not Kritika giving Sun Dasha, Rohini giving Moon Dasha. It's basically from Adra counting. So that is when Sun Hora, Krishna Paksha. Chandra Hora, Shukla Paksha is regular. And the other two, Chandra Hora, Krishna Paksha, Surya Hora, Shukla Paksha. The other 2 cases, the standard Saraswati Dasha applies. From whatever the default. So this is his teaching. Now, one more thing is, by the Ashtotri Dasha we did not check. Ashtotri Dasha also doesn't apply here. Lagna Lord is Mercury. From him Rahu is not in a Kendra or Kona. Because then Ashtotri Dasha will apply. So that also doesn't apply. Okay, so now let us go to the prediction thing. Based on D10 Vimshottari Dasha from Ardra. So Jupiter Dasha is running finished, Saturn Dasha is running right now. This is overall a good Dasha. So what we anticipate is, any setbacks in this Dasha are likely to be temporary setbacks for a few months or years. This is not like his career is over now, he needs to retire. It's not like that. Saturn is, but the sad part is, Saturn is the 6th and 5th lord in the 2nd house. He is not really showing success in business. So we wouldn't recommend starting a business at this time. Moreover, let me give you one advice in general. Forget about your career and my career. In general, we are really going to see turbulent times in the next few years. Exactly when it will start, I don't know. Maybe end of this year or beginning of next year. Things are going to really take a bad turn again. The economy will really sink. So it's a bad idea to actually get into something new like starting a business at this point of time. Unless you know that you have a clear idea which doesn't care about how the economy does, which is which is so robust that economy
the
can't.
recession-proof type.
Huh?
The recession-proof type.
Recession-proof, yeah, unless it is recession-proof. Because I do anticipate that there will be another recession or depression or whatever you call it. I don't know when you call it what, but bad time basically. Let me put it as bad time in terms of stock market going down again and people losing jobs again. It is quite possible in the next 2 years. Particularly next year is particularly bad. Anyway, so it's better to stay put where you are, or where you are meaning not just your job but what you do basically. If you write software, don't change the line or become a businessman now. So anyway, so that is practically, but even from the chart point of view, Saturn being the 6th lord, he's not, and from the 7th house he's in the 8th house. So he's not really that conducive to taking a risk in terms of business at this point of time. So that we will not advise. But the thing is, he's the 6th lord in the 2nd house exalted, so service should be good. So whatever trouble we are seeing is either because of Antardasha or Prachantadasha. It's basically not a very bad time from the long term point of view. Now if you see the current
Ketu and
yeah. If you see the current Prachantadasha, Mercury Antardasha, within Mercury Antardasha, the Prachantadasha that gave the event is Saturn Prachantadasha. Right? Saturn Prachantadasha. Now the thing with Saturn Prachantadasha is, Saturn is a neutral planet, and from Mercury, if you take Mercury as Lagna, Saturn is the 3rd and 4th lord in the 12th house, so he can give some setbacks. Being the 3rd lord from the Antardasha lord, this Prachantadasha can actually give a break in career. And if you go to the next Antardasha now, so Mercury Dasha's last Prachantadasha is a bad Prachantadasha. So this is a Prachantadasha related problem. Now, if you go to Antardasha, from July 3rd till next year July, Ketu's Antardasha is running. Unfortunately, the problem that started at the end of last Antardasha may continue in this entire Antardasha. So quite honestly, Ketu is not really a great planet. Now is he a benefic or malefic? To do standard analysis, he is with Venus. Venus is at 1 degree Gemini, Ketu is at 12 degree Gemini, Jupiter is at 13 degree Gemini. He is with Jupiter. Right? He is with Venus also, but he is closer to Jupiter. So his nature will be more from Jupiter than from Venus. So Venus is a benefic, Jupiter is a slight malefic. So Ketu becomes slight malefic. So he is a slight malefic afflicting the 10th house. So he gives some setbacks. But apart from it, he is the 3rd lord. Even though for nodes we see where they are more than who they are with, more than what they own, the ownership also does count, especially because there is a Parivartana between Mercury and Ketu. So overall, in my judgment, you said that we said last time also, from August 1 year period is a critical time. So we still think the same way. This period is not really very conducive to finding a good job or having success. But the thing is, 3rd lord can give contract kind of positions. I don't suggest business, but contract. Basically, instead of being a permanent employee, just go do a thing for a month or couple of months and get out. That kind of things you can pursue. That may be more fruitful during the next year. But the thing is, after that, how is the period? From next July, around 3 years will be Venus Antardasha. How is Venus? Well, from the Dasha Lord Saturn, he is Lagna Lord in the 9th house. Of course, he is 8th Lord also, but he is Lagna Lord in the 9th house. That is good. From the Lagna, he is the 9th Lord in 10th house. Right. That is awesome. So, my strong feeling is 1 year you will have to somehow wait it out or find something temporary. But after 1 year, even though economy may be doing quite bad, somehow you will find something. So second half of next year seems quite good for you. And basically from then onwards, a period of 3 years, I think you will do fine. So good luck.
Okay, thank you.
And let's quickly check the Tadika chart for current year or currently running year. 2010 Tadika chart. Find Tadika chart 2010. August 31, 2010 was the birthday. How is this chart? Do we see losing job in this chart, or does it not make sense? What do you see in this chart?
Venus.
Hmm?
I'm going to use Linsa Pridis.
We'll figure out, but the thing is, before you go to a dasha, is there a chance of losing job in this chart? That is what I want to see. How is the chart in general? We can see the dasha later. Who can give losing a job? Basically, what are the strengths of this chart? What are the weaknesses of this chart? Lagna Lord Jupiter is debilitated, but he is retrograde. So hopefully it's okay. But the thing is, Lagna Lord is not particularly strong. He has Nicha and then Nijbhanga. And Lagna contains Sun. Is that good or bad? That's awesome.
Good, 9th Lord.
Sun is the greatest blessing in this G10. Right? 9th Lord in the Lagna. He is a functional benefit. Now, third house of break from career has 3 planets. Right?
Right.
How about those planets? The 5th and 12th Lord Mars, the 6th Lord Venus, 8th Lord Moon. Is Mars a benefic or malefic? First Venus. Is Venus a benefic or malefic? He is a rank malefic. Why? He is the 6th and 11th Lord. And moreover, he is an enemy of Jupiter, Lagna Lord. He is a rank malefic. Everybody got it?
Yeah.
So Venus is a clear malefic. Now Moon, he acts based on the company. So let's leave him alone. Go to Mars. Mars, he is the 5th Lord and 12th Lord. 5th is based on, the 5th is benefic, but 12th is based on company and the other house. Other house is 5th house. Now company, malefic company. The two inimical malefic company. So Mars is on account of 12th house malefic, on account of 5th house benefic. So overall he is neutral or slightly benefic. So Mars is a neutral planet, Venus is a malefic planet, and Moon is in between. Who is he closer to? Neither. He is exactly in the middle. Moon is exactly in the middle of the two. So overall he is also malefic. So Mars is neutral or slightly benefic. Moon is malefic. Venus is highly malefic. So this is the bottom line. But the thing is, Moon is also the 8th Lord. In general, 8th house, in D10, 8th house will show retirement or losing job, etc. So the thing is, Moon, a malefic Venus for being in the 3rd house, and Moon for being in the 3rd house. Venus is in a friendly sign, but Moon is in an inimical sign. So 8th Lord in 3rd house is an inimical sign. So he can give loss of job, right? Yeah. And one more thing is, Saturn is actually, if you see Moon and Saturn, there is an exact Samasaptaka. Do you see it? Moon is at 7 degree 24 minutes Aquarius, Saturn at 7 degree 30 minutes Leo. Moon and Saturn, the 3rd and 8th Lords, are watching each other extremely closely. So Moon and Saturn yoga is it a good yoga? It's a yoga for depression, basically sad events. So 8th Lord Moon in an inimical sign, aspected by that enemy. So that makes Moon a strong contender for giving some setback, like a short break from the career, 3rd house. So Dasha should be Moon Dasha or maybe Venus Dasha, because he is also a malefic. Or Mithri is also possible because he is the 7th Lord. Now, but Moon would be our guess. What is the Dasha to use? 10th Lord in 10th? No. 7th Lord in Lagna, Lagna Lord in 7th? No. Lagna in Vargotama? No. Lagna in Venusian Amsha? No. Sun in Lagna? Yes. Yup. And moreover, Sun is strong. He is in a friendly sign. And he is very close to Lagna. Right? Sun is at 15 degrees, Lagna is at 11 degrees. So, Shashtihayani Dasha without doubt. Go to Shashtihayani Dasha of D10. So starting from Ashwini. I mean, you leave it as Kritika. In the old software, what I did was, the way the nakshatra shift works is, you have to select the nakshatra which will correspond to Kritika. Whatever is normally associated with Kritika, whichever planet gives dasha corresponding to Kritika, he will give for so and so nakshatra instead. That is basically what the dialogue says. So it is very unintuitive. In the new software, what I did is, I simply gave the dasha seed, because Shashtihayani dasha is supposed to, counting is supposed to start from Ashwini. In some other dasha is supposed to start from Revati. In some dasha from Kritika, some dasha from Swati, like that. So I just give the star. You can simply select whatever star you want. So the interface has changed. So anyway, Shashtihayani dasha of Moon starts from April 3 till May 10. So it was actually The moon Mahadasha that gave the problem. And moon Venus Antardasha, I think. That will make sense. April 12, right? So April 10 to April 14 is Venus Antardasha. So moon and Venus combination, the male fix, two male fix who are in the third house of possibly losing job. So that period basically gave the loss of job. Okay? Now the thing is, so this makes sense. So Sasthayani Dasha in this Jataka chart is working beautifully. So and you would expect it. Sun is so strong, so definitely Sasthayani Dasha will apply. You don't have to go to any other Dasha. Now.
To go to next year.
No, actually this year let us see. Who knows?
To say Sasthayani is
Because next year is Mercury, next year is Venus.
previous event with this Dasha.
No. This is this year's annual chart.
Oh, for the annual.
Jataka chart.
Yeah.
So we don't have the luxury of seeing a lot of events.
No, you can see 2002 if this made sense.
No, but that year chart will be different. That year Sasthayani Dasha may not apply. 2002 it may be a different Dasha.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking is, if you choose a Dasha, do we want to choose?
No. Every year you choose a different Dasha. In every year D10, based on which conditions are applying, you choose a different, because it is only for that year.
That particular year.
Yeah. So this is for 2010 August to 2011 August. That's
Because
it.
Sun in
So in this year, if some important events happened in, let's say, last October, November, December, then we can relate to them. Okay. In the same year, if there are many important events. Otherwise, we are helpless. Okay?
Because next the 2000 are Mercury and Venus.
Yeah?
So Mercury we
So okay, next Dasha is that of Venus. Venus is going to start in a few days. Mercury is running right now. Mercury, even though he is 10th Lord, he is also 7th Lord. In any case, the period is over. Let us go to Venus. The next Dasha is of Venus. Can Venus give relief? Well, he is a malefic. Even though he is the 6th Lord, he is such a malefic in this chart that he is unlikely to give some relief. And moreover, he is with the 8th Lord. So, he is unlikely to give relief. Saturn, how is Saturn? Not really. He is a 3rd Lord and 2nd Lord. He is a rank malefic. 3rd Lord aspecting 3rd. When the Lord of any sign owns or aspects the sign becomes powerful. So, Saturn is the 3rd Lord aspecting 3rd. So, Saturn Dasha is unlikely to give job. So, honestly, this year we don't have a hope. How is the next year chart?
this year means this Tithi is here.
This Jataka chart until this August end. Let us make the next year's chart. How is the next year's chart?
But
2011 Jataka chart. September 1, 2011. 4:15 a.m. Lagna should be Libra with Jupiter and Ketu in it. Okay. Forget about the dashas. We will see dasha later. First, is this chart good?
Lagna has got third and
Lagna is having the 3rd Lord and 2nd Lord, and 2nd house of money, resources, has Shanichandra Yoga. And Sun and Mercury in the 3rd house. Lagna, first of all, strength of Lagna. Is Lagna strong or weak? Based on classical dictums. Is Lagna strong or weak?
weak.
Jupiter is a malefic, but Jupiter is too far away from Lagna. But Ketu is close to Lagna. Ketu is closer to Lagna than Jupiter. So Ketu is within 15 degrees from Lagna, whereas Jupiter is far away. Right? So, but Ketu, because of being with Jupiter, according to Parashari principles, Ketu is a malefic. Jupiter is a rank malefic, Ketu is also a malefic. So a malefic is aspecting Lagna. So, occupying Lagna. So that is not good. So Lagna is weak. Now, how is the 10th house of career? 10th Lord is with Saturn. And 10th Lord is with Saturn and he is debilitated. The good news is, even though 10th Lord is debilitated, he is with Saturn. Debilitated moon with Saturn is not good. It shows unhappiness, sadness, etc., depression. But they are the Yokaraka and 10th Lord. Moon is the 10th Lord and Saturn is Yokaraka.
Fourth and fifth.
So moon is not really a benefit for this Lagna, but the thing is, there is a Rajoga between Saturn and moon. Only thing is, moon is debilitated. So this Rajoga is not really giving great gains, but this basically may alleviate, in some unfortunate situations, some good may happen. in some undesirable situation. So overall, Saturn is a good planet in this chart. Saturn Dasha should be good, more than Moon, because it is debilitated. Saturn is a Yokarka. So when Saturn Dasha comes, that should be good. Saturn is good. And how is the other benefit? Mercury placed. Mercury is afflicted. Mercury is the ninth lord, but he is afflicted by Sun very closely. And Sun is a functional malefic. So ninth lord Mercury is unlikely to give good results. Even though he is the ninth lord and a benefic and aspecting the ninth house, being closely affected by a malefic, he is unlikely to give excellent results. So Mercury, put him aside. Saturn, his affliction of Moon is not really that bad. So Saturn is more likely to give a good event. And how about Venus? Is he a benefic or malefic? On account of Lagna, he is a benefic. 8th house, you have to see the company. Company is Mars. How is Mars?
Second and seventh lord.
Second and seventh lord. Second is again neutral, so 7th house. For Mars is not that malefic. It's average. So Mars is a neutral planet. So Venus is a slightly benefic planet. Not as benefic as Saturn, but he is a benefic planet. So only thing is he is afflicted by Mars, but there is a lot of distance. And Venus is in a Adhimitra Rasi. Super friendly sign, good friend sign. So Venus and Saturn are the planets to watch out. If we find the right dasha, their dashas are likely to give some relief. Okay? Now, one more thing is the lord of, even though we said Mercury is afflicted by Sun, another decree is there in Parasara. 9th and 11th lord combination is good. Fortune and gains. And that being in the 3rd house can give gains from some short-term work. 9th lord and 11th lord in the 3rd house can give some short-term gains from contract or something. So Mercury's Sun period also is, especially Mercury period, because it is a benefic. Mercury period can give some gains from contract work. So we have to see Mercury period, Venus and Saturn. But Jupiter is particularly bad, being a malefic affecting Lagna. Jupiter, Ketu. Now let us see the dashas. What is the dasha we should apply now? Detail Lagna is at 19 degree Libra. So 19 degree Libra will be Pisces Navamsa. So Lagna is not in Venusian Navamsa, not Vargotama. 7th Lord not in Lagna, Lagna Lord not in 7th, 10th Lord not in 10th. So none of the special conditions apply. Now, Lagna Lord is Venus, Rahu is not in a quadrant or trine. So Ashtotri Dasha also doesn't apply. Right? So we fall back to, and Sun is not in Lagna. So we fall back to Vimshotri or Shodsotri. Right?
Since the Moon is strong here compared to Lagna, can we...
Moon is he really strong? He is not strong. He is just involved in a yoga. He is very unhappy. He is debilitated. So when Moon is so debilitated and with Shani, unlikely that he will dominate. But the thing is, even if you take him, now if you take Moon, is there any special dasha applicable? Moon is in Pisces Navamsa. He is not in Vargotama, 10th Lord not in 10th, Lagna Lord not in 7th, 7th Lord not in Lagna, Sun not in Lagna. So none of the special dashas apply from Moon as well. So forget about Moon. Okay? So now Lagna is at 19 degree Libra. So that is Surya Hora. Male sign, second half. Sorry, Vaisreya says Surya Hora, Chandra Hora, right? You should correct me. Male sign, second Hora. So Chandra Hora. Libra is a male sign. Male sign, it is Sun first and then Moon. 19 degree means after 15, right? So second half. So Moon Hora in Shukla Vaksha. You see the Tithi, Shukla Chaturthi.
All right. Shukla Chaturthi.
So Shukla Vaksha, Moon Hora. Shukla Vaksha, Moon Hora. So regular Vimshotri. Go to Vimshotri and change it back to Kritika. Standard. Kritika will give Sandasha and so on. So Vimshotri Dasha from Kritika of D10. Kritika. So what is the Dasha running at the beginning? Mercury Dasha. We start off with, because Moon is in Jyeshtha Nakshatra. We start off from Mercury Dasha and we go Mercury, Ketu, Venus, Sun, etc. So one period that is conducive is Venus.
No, we thought even Mercury also.
I know. Oh, Mercury, right. So, as soon as but the thing is, we are talking about a window of 3 days.
Yeah,
September 1st, the Dasha starts. So, first week of September, there is some chance of landing some contract work. So, good luck, try for that. And second,
Mercury starts at
July is...
yeah, but the thing is, this chart is effective from September 1.
Oh, I see.
So, the real Mercury Dasha will come at the end. from July 12 of next year, if you see, right, July 12 of 2012, Saturn Dasha will end. Then Mercury Dasha will come again. And it will be there till the end of August, when the new year will start. So next July, August is conducive. So that period can give some good results. Because at that time, the bad Antardasha also will be either ending or almost ended. So that is one period to look out, watch out for. But the thing is, even Saturn period, next May to July, the Saturn period is also conducive. Because Saturn is Yokarka. So our reading will be next May, June, July, August are particularly good. That is a good period to land job. And the thing is, at that time, the bad Antardasha will be coming to close. So, because Venus Antardasha is going to start in July, next July, its results may start a little early, in June, July, May, June itself. Or maybe in July. So next May, June, July, August is the period that I will look for. Until next May, chance is not that strong. But the good window within this period is Venus Dasha, which is from September 26 to November 25. So, end of September, October and November, that is when there is some chance of landing a job, because it's Lagna Lord in the 5th house. So, getting some recognition for your abilities, that is possible. So, some chance in early September for a contract position, and later, September 26 to November 25, there is a pretty good chance of finding something. And then, if that doesn't happen, and if you wait out till next May, after that things will automatically happen. Next May, after next May, before the end of next August, there should be something. So that is our expectation. So good luck.
Okay, thank you.
And propitiation we must have told you several times.
Right.
So we won't go there again. Any other comments you want to make on the chart? Any other comments, questions, observations? Okay. So we close the case.
Thank you.
Any questions in general? Any questions
Generally,
on
we
whatever
start
we've been
from
learning?
Lagna, and now we are directly jumping to division charts.
Yeah.
Generally, we will
Yeah.
to see Lagna,
Yeah. By Lagna you mean Rashi chart.
Rashi chart.
Right.
Yeah, sorry.
The thing is, if he asked about his health or something like that, we would have seen the Rashi chart, his physical position. Okay, any other comments? I'll say one more thing. Here, in this Dashamsha, right, Jupiter-Ketu combination is there in the 10th house. Apart from the work that he does, Ketu Mars combination showing hardware, electronics, etc. Can Jupiter-Ketu show some spiritual, that kind of work?
Actually, I was thinking in terms of if you say line of business, because 7th Lord is Jupiter,
Yeah.
and I thought like mostly towards the teaching of spiritual.
Yeah. Teaching is a Jupiter being 7th Lord. Doing some contract or doing some business relating to teaching is not a bad idea in general. Now, Jupiter and Ketu combination is good for astrology and in general traditional knowledges. Traditional yoga, that kind of things, yoga, religion, spirituality, that kind of things are a good activity. Those planets are in the 10th house. So apart from the formal job that he does, all these activities are shown by Jupiter and Ketu in the 10th house. What else?
What do you say of the 10th house? Jupiter and
We have to
Ketu
go
are
to
in
natal
Lagna,
chart.
No, go back to natal chart.
Go back to the natal chart. Not this year. Natal chart in general.
Venus, two
Yeah,
gurus and Ketu
Yeah,
together.
Right?
That's still a Masajika chart.
Yeah. Right? So, the thing is, all the yoga teaching that you do, the yoga that you do, that makes sense. And several similar things are possible basically.
Right.
Teaching spiritual matters and yogic matters is a possibility with Jupiter and Ketu being there in the 10th house. And The other thing is, Ketu's period is running, is going to start soon. Ketu's Antardasha is going to start soon in Saturn Dasha. Right? So in Ketu's period, Ketu being in the 10th house, so some kind of, and Ketu is the third lord, so some kind of contracts are possible. But apart from it, Ketu in the 10th can also give some spiritual work, teaching yoga, and keep your eyes open basically. Apart from money earning activities, maybe there can be some good activities which may or may not be money earning, but which will earn you a lot of good karma. It is possible. Ketu in the 10th can give spiritual activities which will put you in good stead and increase your attachment.
Continuing for all these years.
Sure. Especially Jupiter Dasha may have started it. Jupiter is with Ketu, which was before 2005. So Jupiter Dasha is a good Dasha. But the thing is, what I am saying is, now with Ketu Antardasha actually coming, again it may become prominent. These activities may become prominent. So that's something to keep in mind. Instead of worrying about what is not there, you can basically exploit what is possible, instead of worrying about what doesn't seem possible. And one more thing is, how is this D4, D20? How is this D20? What do you think of this D20?
Strong 6th house.
Very strong 6th house. So what does that show? 6th lord in the 6th house with nodes. Interesting. What dasha should we use in Vimshamsa? Actually 12th house is also very strong. Why? Why is the 12th house strong, I said?
Debilitated Saturn.
Yeah, Saturn. Yokarka is in the 12th house. See, Yokarka in any house will bless the house.
Right.
So Yokarka is in the 12th house, but not only that, I was thinking of something else. Mars is the 12th lord. He is aspecting it. He is with Ketu and he is aspecting it. So the 12th lord, being with Ketu and aspecting the 12th will make 12th powerful. And Yokarka is there. And Yokarka, Saturn is the planet of asceticism, being an ascetic, basically giving up things. So 12th house is of detachment is particularly strong in this D20. And what is the dasha we should use? 20 degree Taurus. So that will be Gemini Navamsha. So Dvashatri doesn't apply. Lagna Lord not in 7th, 7th Lord not in Lagna, Lagna not in Vargotama, 10th Lord not in 10th. Right? So none of the special conditions apply. And if you take Moon just for completeness, again nothing special applies. In any case, Moon is not that strong anyway. So, what about Rahu?
Moon is in Vargotama, right?
No, he's not.
Novamsa Moon is in, this Moon is in Aquarius, both.
What? No,
not that.
Taking Vimshamsa as Rashi, if basically
Vimshamsa as
Rashi, then if Navamsa, the Navamsa of Vimshamsa, Moon is in the same sign, then he is in Vargotama.
So you have to say D9 of D20.
D20.
So if you can click on another chart and say subdivisional chart for research, DM by DN. So
Actually, I am able to see from the long, all latitudes.
Yeah, longitude 27 degree Aquarius is basically the last Navamsa of Aquarius.
No, even in the display, I am going
If you already selected, if you already selected the chart in the chart, then it will come. Okay, so what about Ashtotri Dasha? Lagna Lord is Venus, he is a 3 degree Leo, 3 degree Libra, and Rahu is a 25 degree Libra. The thing is, even though Moon and Lagna Lord and Rahu are together, the distance is too much. So the rule is, if Lagna Lord is in a trine or quadrant from Rahu, or Rahu is in a quadrant or trine from Lagna Lord, then basically this applies. But here it doesn't apply.
But not
So
with the Lagna Lord.
but not in Lagna. So that doesn't apply. So Ashtotri also doesn't apply. So we fall back to either Vimshotri or Shorshotri. So Vimshotri, this is Taurus second half.
Sun's Hora.
Even sign second half is Sanhora. So Sanhora, Krishnapaksha. So again, just like in the D10, Vimshotri from Ardra. So take the Vimshotri from Ardra, but of D20 now, instead of D10.
Right.
The Dasha running right now is Shani Mahadasha. So this is a very good Dasha. This is a brilliant Dasha. Good. It's a very good Dasha. So Yokarka in the 12th house of detachment, his dasha is running since 95 or so. It runs for a few more years, another 5 years. So this is a good time for spiritual sadhana and spiritual progress. Right? Any confusion?
No.
Okay. And the thing is, what is the next dasha? Mercury. Is Mercury dasha a good dasha? See, the thing is, even though Saturn is Yokaraka in the 12th house, he was debilitated. Compared to that, Mercury is in own sign. He is also a benefic. He is the second and fifth lord. He is a benefic and he is in own sign. He is particularly strong. And the thing is, from the Lagna lord, he is in a trine. From Lagna lord, he is in a trine. He is in a trine. So he is particularly powerful. Moreover, he is the Ishtadevata.
Right.
If you see the Atmakaraka is Mars. So from Atmakaraka, he is the 12th lord. Moreover, he is the 9th lord also in the 9th house. So Dharmadevata also. He is the Ishtadevata and Dharmadevata. So Mercury, when Mercury Dasha comes, that will be even better. Bottom line is, we don't have to worry about his spiritual life. We don't have to give him any mantras or teach him anything. He's all set. He's already on a good path, and it will only keep getting better. And especially 2016 to 32 will be a particularly good time for him, for his spiritual life. So, yeah, D20 is good. And one more thing I want to check, just to see if there is any intersection. So, based on the Charadasha of D20, so right now, Libra Dasha is running, and Libra is, what is Libra? 6th house. 6th house is the house of obstacles and overcoming obstacles, karma basically. Karma. So, Karma Yoga basically. This is a period of Karma Yoga, 6th house Dasha. But the next Dasha from 2014 till 2017, this period is that of? It's the 5th house Dasha of Mantra. 5th house is the house of Mantra and Purva Punya. It contains a quadrant lord in a trine. And taking Virgo as Lagna, 12th lord is in Lagna, showing detachment. And moreover, this is the 12th from Atmakarka. Dasha of the 12th house from Atmakarka. So, that is a period when there will be some good spiritual progress. So, based on Mishotri, we saw 2016 to 2030 something, 35, 32 or something. So, based on this, Virgo Dasha is particularly conducive. So, 2016 to 17 will be an important year in his spiritual life. And then, starting from 2017, basically Leo Dasha, he will start having some occult experiences, etc. Because Jupiter is the 8th lord. He is in a friendly sign. He is in an Adhimitra Rasi. 8th lord in an Adhimitra Rasi will give some experiences. So Jupiter, Leo Dasha will be running at that time. Moreover, Lord of Leo is in the 12th from Atmakarka. So Lord of 12th is in 12th from Atmakarka. It contains the 8th lord from Lagna. So that period, in my judgment, 2017 onwards. And also at that time, he will be running Mercury Dasha, who's the Ishtadevata, and also he is aspecting the 8th house. He is a benefic aspecting 8th house. Benefic aspecting any house will give results relating to that house. So he is a benefic aspecting the 8th house, and he is the Ishtadevata. So detachment and various experiences are possible after 2017. Bottom line is, several years are, next decade is basically very good for his spiritual life. And who's the Ishtadevata? Mercury. Who's Mercury? Vishnu. So, Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Vishnave Namaha. That kind of simple mantras, as well as Vishnu Sahasranam Stotram, if you know it. So that will be really good for him. So, good luck. All the best. Nice chart. Thank you. Okay. Any other questions, comments, concerns? Okay, so with that we'll end the class. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Sarve Dharmika Jana Sukhino Bhavantu Yavad Bhumandale Sanatana Dharmo Vardhatu Visheshatah Bharatakhande Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Oops, I forgot to stop in the middle. This is what happens if you don't have class.